If you want to see my art go from this to this, and embarrassing pictures of myself, stay tuned. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first challenge video. First, I want to thank Chelsea23D for suggesting this challenge. Not only did I have a lot of fun drawing it, but I had a lot of fun looking at older, embarrassing pictures of myself, which I am sure you guys are looking forward to. But for now, let's talk about the art. So the character I'm going to draw today is called Wing Girl. She's a character I created in college, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that story in a minute. For now, let's talk about my sketches. Because she is a superhero with the ability to fly, I wanted to give her a more dynamic, fun pose. So what I did was look up some skateboard and snowboarder tricks, and I kind of based some poses off of that. Once I had something that I liked a little bit, I started to kind of work on her design a little bit. Because with my style change over time, some things just weren't going to work out, and some things were just bad design in general. If you couldn't tell, my style has changed drastically over time. The original drawing is from 2010, which was 7 years ago, and I have come so far. Not only have I developed my own unique style, but can we talk about the size of that head in the original drawing? Holy cow, have I come a long way with head sizes. Style is probably a completely different video on its own, but what I've come to realize with my style is I've kind of gone an angular route, and I've kind of taken advantage of my weakness, I think, in drawing. I've always had trouble with my drawings being kind of stiff and not really having a whole lot of life to them, so I figured, let's just take advantage of my weakness instead of trying to improve on it, right? So I think it actually works, even though that seems kind of like a cop-out. I think it really comes together stylistically, and honestly, I just like my style. So obviously, if you're a nerd, you can tell that this character design was heavily inspired by card captors. It's a little embarrassing at this point, but those were earlier times. And because she's called Wing Girl, I couldn't go change the main aspect of what she is. She's Wing Girl. She has wings on her costume. And my favorite part about her costume was the swirly boobs, and it was actually the most popular part. Everyone loves her swirly boobs. Just look at them. They're swirly, and they're boobs. So, had I changed that, it would have ruined it for me, so shamelessly, I kept it in. I also gave her a sidekick. The original design didn't have a sidekick, but come on, what superhero doesn't have a sidekick? And I just really wanted to draw something cute in with her, and the obvious choice was a cloud. It's Cloud Kitty. Wing Girl and Cloud Kitty. Aw. There's no real backstory to these characters, and you'll find out why. So I'm going to go with that maybe she made him come to life? I don't know. So let's get into these photos of myself, and then I'll talk about what I changed in the design later. First, before you forget, here's a picture of the original drawing once again. Got it? Good. Let's talk origin story. Long story short, I went to college for graphic design, and one of the required classes is 3D design. Towards the end of the semester, I think the professor just kind of wanted a light-hearted, fun project for us to do, and he came up with hero and villain costumes, but made entirely out of paper. After all of the really hard artsy-fartsy projects that he really pushed us on, we were pretty excited about this one. And you could tell because we had a lot of fun during critique wearing our paper-only costumes. I do have to say that mine was made out of the most paper products. A lot of people used other products, but I like a good challenge, so I really went all out. The only parts of my costume that weren't paper was the shirt and the boots that I covered in paper. Anyways, as you can tell, the character design was Wing Girl. That's who I came up with for my hero. The biggest flaw in this costume was the slightest breeze, and that skirt went flying up. We all got a good kick out of it, and like I said, everyone loved those swirly boobs. From top to bottom, her characteristics are her adorable headset with a little radio antenna, which I quite enjoy, and her goggles to protect her from the wind and bugs. I did change this to a helmet because I figured she's gonna need some protection if she falls off. And all that hair blowing around is not going to be good. You don't want Wing Girl going around with hair in her eyes, do you? The adorable short cape with a collar, which I didn't change at all. Her swirly boobs, which I kept. Duh. And this might be a good time to mention, she has no shirt on. Did you notice? In the original... Time to mention, she has no shirt on. Did you notice? In the original design, I had an orange shirt on, but I just didn't like the way it looked. It just seemed kind of out of place and kind of bland. And I know I could have just painted her torso orange and it would have been done, but I really like the idea of her being topless except for those swirly boobs. I think with her goggles and whatnot. So, of course, with the background, a simple burst just isn't gonna fly. I added my classic rounded background with the sky and put a cityscape on the bottom because if she's a superhero, she's probably in the city, right? The reason why I chose Wing Girl for this draw-in challenge was because all of my past drawings are 75% fan art and 25% drawings of my husband and I thought that was kind of boring. You don't want to see me draw my husband and I hugging or something. Plus, with this redesign, I have a whole bunch of embarrassing pictures to show from college. Though I am pretty proud of that outfit, and unfortunately, it is long gone in the trash. Oh, and if you were wondering, I got an A. So what do you guys think? Did I do a good job redrawing and redesigning Wing Girl? Do you like her sidekick? Could she really fight crime with the control of the wind? Probably.
Hello. Have you heard of my new art challenge I'm doing? Okay. Okay. Do you want to do it? Okay, then go ahead and comment on the video you're drawing, and go ahead and draw Blue Heart as a Minecraft person, and then tomorrow draw me as a Roblox person. Then keep on going. Yay! 3 people doing a contest.